So we are now down to our second topic for this quarter, which is all about circles. And before we discuss the underlying principles and theorems about circles, we will first talk about the different concepts on circles. So let's begin with the definition of a circle. A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are at a given distance from a given point. The given point P in the given figure is called the center of the circle. Now, technically, in our eyes, this is what a circle looks like. But by definition, remember that a circle contains the set of all points in a plane that are at a given distance from a given point. Now, P here, point P here is the center. Now, remember that any point on the circle are have equal distance from the center. Okay? Now next, how do we name circle? We name circle using its center. Now point P is the center. Therefore, the name of this circle is circle P. Now if you do not like to use the word circle, you may use symbols. This is circle P. Now, let's talk about radius. Radius is a line from the center of a circle to a point on the circle. So, given in the figure, if you draw any line from the center to any point on the circle, this line is called the radius. Say this is radius PQ, and we also have radius PR. Say another definition of a radius. This is the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle. Just make sure that a radius will start from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. Okay, so radius or PS is also a radius. Now, the plural form of radius is radii. So it is pronounced as radii. So PR, PQ, and PS are called radii of circle P. Now we have the diameter. A diameter is a line segment that connects 2 points on the circle and goes through the center of the circle. Now if you will draw a line segment in which it will pass through the center and its endpoints are on the circle, then that line segment is called a diameter. In the given figure, in circle P, line segment AB is the diameter. Remember, to determine if a given segment on the circle is a diameter, look for the passage of the line segment. If it passes through the center, then it is a diameter. Say, let's draw another one. Say this is line segment DC. Line segment DC is not a diameter. Why? Because it does not pass through the center. So let's assume that this is straight line. Okay. Say line segment DE is a diameter. Why? Because it passes through the center, which is point P. So that's the definition of a diameter. Next, we have central angle. A central angle is an angle whose vertex is the center of the circle. Now remember that an angle will be formed when two rays intersects at a common vertex. Now, in the case of circle, when we say central angle, it is an angle wherein its vertex is exactly at the center of the circle. So, if point P is the center, and we have radius AP here and radius BP, since they intersect at a common point, which is point P, therefore, angle APB or angle BPA is a central angle. Now remember that in a circle, it can be said that it is a central angle if the segment contains radii. Okay? Say, let's create one more radius. Say this is radius PC. Okay? So if that's the case, then we have another central angle. Say we have central angle APC or angle CPA. So angle APC or angle CPA is also a central angle. Why? Because it contains two radii of the circle which meet at the center of the circle, in which it creates or it forms an angle with the common vertex at point P. Now an arc. An arc is part of a circle connecting two points of the circle. So, in a given central angle, there is what we call an intercepted arc. So, in every angle formed inside the circle, there will be a corresponding intercepted arc. Now, when you say arc, it is a part of a circle connecting two points of the circle. In this given figure, we have central angle APB. So, this is our central angle. Now, as you can see, if we will continue sketching or drawing the line, the given angle intersects or intercept the given part of the circle. This part now, which is cut by line PB and line PA, this part here is what we call the arc of a circle, which contains 2 points on the circle. So this is arc AB, or can be written as arc AB. We have 3 kinds of arc. We have the minor arc, major arc, and semicircle, which will be further discussed on our succeeding topics. So technically, a minor arc looks like this. So this is a minor arc. Technically, a minor arc is less than a semicircle. And we have a major arc. Now, how do we name minor arcs? We name minor arcs using points on the circle. So, if we have angle BAC, the intercepted arc is arc BC. So, we have arc BC. Or arc. Next, we have major arcs. In naming major arcs, we use, to be exact, we need 3 letters. Sometimes we use 2 letters, but it will all based on the given figure. In this example, we have major arc, major arc, BDC. So this is, or you can write down major arc BDC. Okay, so that is a major arc. Now, a semicircle is technically half of the circle. So from point E to point G, this part here of the arc is called, let's say this is exact, say, excuse my sketch. So the green part here is now the semicircle, in which it measures exactly 180. We will discuss that further. So again, an arc has 3 kinds: minor arc, major arc, and semicircle. Next, sector. A sector is a region contained by 2 radii and an arc. So if we have radii AP and BP, and we have arc AB, this region here of the circle is what we call the sector. So basically, pag nag-order ka ng pizza, yung kinuha mo at kinain mo, ang tawag doon ay sector of the circle. Next, we have chord. A chord of a circle is a segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. Again, a chord of a circle is a segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. Say we have line CD. Line CD is a chord. Why? Because its endpoints, say point C and point D, are on the circle or lie on the circle. Say is a diameter. Say this is point P. Now let's draw a diameter. Say point. Okay. Is EF now considered a chord? The answer is yes. Because points E and F are endpoints that lie on the circle. Therefore, EF is considered a chord. Now, is CD considered a chord? Yes. Is it considered a diameter? No, because it does not pass through the center. So technically, kapag ang segment mo na nasa loob ng circle, ang endpoints niya is on the circle at dumaan siya sa gitna ng circle, that is a diameter. And it can also be said as a chord. But given chord CD, hindi siya dumaan sa center ng circle, automatically CD is just a simple chord. Okay? So there is a special type of chord, and it is what we call the diameter, which it passes through the center. Let's draw another chord. Say this is point A and this is point B. So we also have chord AB. So again, a chord of a circle is a segment whose endpoints lie on the circle. Inscribed angles. An inscribed angle is an angle formed by 2 chords in a circle which have a common endpoint. Say this is an example of inscribed angle. Remember that the common endpoint forms the vertex of the inscribed angle. As you can see, we have 3 points on the circle. If you will connect this to form 2 chords, we have chord AB, and chord BC. When you connect them and they meet at a common point, this is now what we call the vertex, they will form an angle. And this angle is called an inscribed angle. Remember that the points, or in a given inscribed angle, the 3 points must all be on the circle. So if I will draw this, and this is not a inscribed angle. This is not an inscribed angle. Kasi nga, ang inscribed angle, dapat yung 3 points niya nasa mismong circle. So, this is not an inscribed angle, but a central angle. So, kapag ang kanyang sides nasa mismong center at siya ay radius, automatic ito ay central angle. Pero kapag ang kanyang sides ay chords ng circle, automatically this is an inscribed angle. Next, the other two endpoints define what we call an intercepted arc on the circle. So, if we have inscribed angle ABC, it has its own intercepted arc. So, ano yung na-intercept niyang arc? Ano yung hinarang niyang part ng circle? This is what we call the intercepted arc. Intercepted arc. So, if we have inscribed angle ABC or CBA, its intercepted arc is arc AC. And this is circle O. So that is an inscribed angle. Now, on your activity, you have to answer activity 1, know my terms and conditions, of pages 135 to 136. So, use the figure below to identify and name the following terms related to circle A. So, we have circle A. Then, answer the questions that follow. You have to give an example of a radius. So, napakarami dyan. So, magbigay lang tayo ng isa. So, I will give one. Say AJ. AJ is a radius. So, radius AJ. Okay. Next. A diameter. Kayo na magsagot dito kasi isa lang naman yung diameter dito. So, kapag sinabi ko na yung sagot, alam nyo na yung sagot. No, so kayo nang bahala dito. Basta ang diameter, segment siya na dapat dadaan siya sa center ng circle. Pero dapat ang endpoints niya nasa circle din. Next, a chord. Let's name a chord. Say, I want this chord. Say, chord NE. So, we will have chord NE. Next, a semicircle. I'll give one. By the way, you name semicircles using 3 points on the circle. Okay? Say, this is a semicircle. Now, how do you know that this is a semicircle? Because of the diameter. So, find first the diameter. Okay? So, we have semicircle, JLE. Or, pwede ring semicircle ELJ. Pero, never siya magiging semicircle LEN. So, iba na ang ibig sabihin nun. Okay? So, mula dito, papunta kay L, hanggang papunta kay E, that is a semicircle. Next, a minor arc. A minor arc, say, NE. So, NE is also a minor arc. NE is a minor arc. Next, major arc. Major arc, say, I want NJE. Okay, major arc, NJE. Two central angles, kayo nang bahala dyan, napakadali ng inscribed angles. Kayo na din bahala sa inscribed. O sige, magbigay ako ng isang inscribed angle. Say we have angle LEN. Excuse my kunwari straight na lang to. LEN. So, this is inscribed angle. Angle LEN. So, magbigay daw kayo ng dalawa. Dalawa dito. Okay? So, that's it. That's activity number 1. Now, after that, you have to answer the following. How did you identify and name the radius, the diameter, and chord? How about the semicircle, minor arc, and major arc, inscribed angle, and central angle? How do you describe a radius, diameter, and a chord of a circle, and so on. So technically, these are terms. Now you have to write down their description or by writing down their definition. So na-discuss ko na kanina yung definition nila, kayo na lang bahala. So that's it. That's activity number 1.